Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the FBI Glocks. We've got the 17 and the 19M. If you want to stay till the end, we're going to have some other FBI guns that we can show you. But first, let's take a look at these. So we're here on our indoor range and we've got the 17M right here. So this is like the precursor to the Glock Gen 5. So it comes with a few extra features. It's got the AmeriGlow night sights. That's the biggest upgrade to me. It also has ambidextrous slide controls, and they're a little bit bigger. So you see that slide control right there, slide control over here. It has a diamond-like carbon finish on all the internals, which just helps it stay stronger, break down less, and not get as much corrosion. It also has this cutout right here, so if you have a malfunction, you can rip your magazine out. So that right there, you can get your finger in there. Some people don't like it though, because they'll put their mag in and their finger will get caught in there. I don't know, I don't have an opinion either way. I could take it or leave it. But this is the FBI. Let's take a look at the 19. This is the FBI Glock though. This is what the FBI wanted for their guys to carry. And we're sending one of these off to a very special FBI agent after we get done with it. I'll put a video clip of him up there.
Check out my new Glock 17M. Ready, Aspetti?
I'm ready.
Smooth.
Alright, so this is the 19. As you guys probably know, that the 19 is just a little bit smaller version of the 17. But we're going to take this to the range and shoot it a couple of times. We're shooting this Federal Syntec with the red bullets. Alright, fire in the hole. Has everybody got their ear protection on? Good to go. We're just shooting at that little box down there with a bullet trap behind it. Let's see, I'll aim for the top right corner of that barcode. Alright, you get a good close-up. You can get sideways and see the... Can you get a good angle on it right there? Is that okay? I think this is my last one. Better make it count. There we go. Alright, we're clear. This is the gun room. We really haven't been wanting to film up here. We've been planning on cleaning it up a little bit, but it just never gets clean. We just kind of throw guns everywhere. And as you can tell, we spend money on guns instead of fancy desk. This is something that we made. Anyways, okay. Welcome to the gun room. We're just gonna look at a few of the earlier models that the FBI used. Let's start off here with this Smith & Wesson snub nose revolver. So this is a Smith & Wesson Model 10. It shoots a .38 special. But it was really limited in what it could do as far as firepower. I mean, you have 6 bullets in this cylinder. It's really slow to load. One bullet, I mean, you could carry 6 in a little cartridge and stick it in there and twist and put it back in there, but just not very much firepower. This one has a little extra part right here on the grip that just makes the grip a little bit bigger, but just slow to shoot, slow to reload. But this was a gun that they carried a lot of. And then they also carried Glock Model 22 40 cal. They like the 40 caliber a lot. This is a SIG 226. You know, 40 has a lot more knockdown, a lot more power. When they got to guns like this, you're gonna have a magazine with a lot more bullets in it. It's easy to reload, easier to carry a lot of extra magazines to back you up. But this is the main gun I think of when I think of the early FBI guns that they would carry. Corey, what were you saying about these?
The SIG 226 was a big deal. They of course wouldn't have had the red dot on there, but you'd see some, that was an issued gun. But after the Miami-Dade police shooting that everybody knows about with the FBI, they wanted something in between a 9mm and a 45. So they came up with the 40 caliber, which was basically a weakened 10mm round. They felt like a lot of the agents couldn't handle a 10mm. It's a little bit harder to shoot. So they came up with the 40. Now the FBI has gone full circle, as we've seen with the Glock 19M and the 17M. But I wouldn't be surprised if some agents still use some 40s. All the agents I've ever seen have carried a Glock 40 in some form or fashion, but it's been a minute since I've actually seen an agent carrying. But all these are great handguns. There's plenty of other guns that the FBI has, and of course they have one of the best museums for firearms. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I hope y'all got a little bit out of the FBI guns. I definitely would rather have the 17M or the 19M, but all these are great handguns to have in your collection.
All right, we wanted to show you what we meant when we said extended slide controls and just some of the features that the 17M has over the standard or the earlier model Glock. So this is an earlier model Glock. This is a 22, so it's a different caliber. But when we say extended slide controls, that's this right here. So this is the older model, where it's just a flat, kind of hard to get your hand on when if you're having to release the mat or release the slide. And this one has this little bump on it, it's a little bit longer. It's also ambidextrous, so if you flip it over, it has it on both sides. I'm guessing that, you know, if you're in a firefight and your strong hand gets weaker, if you hurt this hand, you can put it in your left hand and still use it with either one. Would be my guess why they would have something like that, but this one didn't have it at all. So they put it on both sides there. These also have standard sights. So this is just the contrast sights. If it's in a dark room or at night, you just can't see those sights at all. Versus something like this, these sights are really bright. I mean, you could turn all the lights off, be in a pitch black room, and you can see those sights still to shoot. And it's also with this big orange circle around it, it's just so easy when you bring it up to acquire your target. And then as far as the internals, these are gonna have the diamond-like coating. It's gonna be really strong and handle wear a lot more and be less likely to rust and everything. And then also the cutout, does this one have the cutout at the bottom? Yeah, so this one has the cutout. The FBI wanted that. And here's the gun I carry. This is the Gen 5 Glock 19. And so as you can see, some of the stuff translated over from this model to this model. I already went ahead and updated this one to have the night sights on it, but it came with standard sights. It doesn't have extended slide controls, but they are ambidextrous over here. And this one actually doesn't have the cutout for the mag right here.
What about that mag release guy? It looks a little bit different.
So that's a smaller mag release. This one's rounded at the end, a little bigger, easier to get your hand on. And it looks like they went even bigger. It's not rounded off on this one with the 19 Gen 5. Almost all Glocks look the same. As you guys may know, their tagline is perfection, so they don't change a whole lot, but these little minor improvements can really make a big difference when you're on the range or when you're carrying, when you're shooting the guns. Even the finger grooves versus the flat, and all these little things, they don't look like much, but when you have the gun in your hand, like that little bump right there to release the slide is a pretty big deal. And so ammunition's come a long way, as you guys can see. I mean, we're using these frangible 9mm rounds, but they can just do so much more than they used to with these. And that's one reason why they went back to 9mm. That's one reason why they went back to 9mm is you can just do so much more with these smaller rounds now. They can be really lethal. But all right, our FBI agent is waiting on this 17M, so we're gonna send it off to him today. So thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any other guns you want us to review or shoot or just show you, that's what usually happens in these videos. People see stuff behind us and they're like, oh hey, that gun over there, you need to shoot that one. Or hey, what about, I have a question about that gun. So we're more than happy to try and answer all your questions. Thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna get back to work. Have a good day.